यशोदानंदन ब्रज जनरंजना यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा रस बिहारी राधा रस बिहारी राधे जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद् भगवद चरणारविंद भक्त वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टोत्तर श्री श्रीमद् डिवाइन ग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्तविंद की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। श्री श्री राधा रास बिहारी ललिता विशाखा की जय। श्री श्री सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जय। श्री श्री गौर निताय की जय। निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 10, Deliverance of the Yamala Arjuna trees, text number 5. Yadrichaya cha devarshir Bhagavam statra kaurava Pashyannarado devo Shibano samabuddhaya Yadrichaya cha devarshir Bhagavam statra kaurava Pashyannarado devo Shibano samabuddhyata Yadrichaya cha devarshir Bhagavam satra kaurava Apashyannarada Deva Shivano Samabudhyata. इसका पिछला वाला दो 20 नंबर चैप्टर. Mataji's. Word to word meaning. Yadrichaya, by chance, while wandering all over the universe. Cha, and Devarishihi, the supreme saintly person among the demigods. Bhagavan, the most powerful. Tatra, there, where the two sons of Kuvera were enjoying life. Kaurava, O Maharaj Parikshit, Apashyat, when he saw. Naradaha, the great saint. Deva, the two boys of the demigods. Shibano, with eyes maddened by intoxication. Samabudhyata, he could understand their position. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. O Maharaj Parikshit, by some auspicious opportunity for the two boys, the great saint Devarshi Narada once appeared there by chance. Seeing them intoxicated with rolling eyes, he could understand their situation. Purport. It is said, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Kaya, Lava Matra, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Haya. Wherever Narada Muni goes, any moment at which he appears is understood to be extremely auspicious. It is also said, Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavana Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasade Paye, Bhakti Lata Beach. According to their karma, all the living entities are wandering throughout the universe. Some of them are being elevated to the upper planetary systems, and some are going down into the lower planetary systems. Out of many millions of wandering living entities, one who is very fortunate gets an opportunity to associate with the bona fide spiritual master by the grace of Krishna. By the mercy of both Krishna and the spiritual master, such a person receives the seed of creeper of devotional service. Narada appeared in the garden to give the two sons of Kuvera the seed of devotional service, even though they were intoxicated. Saintly persons know how to bestow mercy upon the fallen souls. Please repeat the translation. O Maharaj Parikshit, by some auspicious opportunity for the two boys, the great saint Devarshi Narada once appeared there by chance. Seeing them intoxicated with rolling eyes, he could understand their situation. Om Ajnanatimirandasya ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च। श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषशून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नामने गौरत्विषे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा राम राम हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So after the sweet pastimes of Lord Krishna's being bound by the rope of love by Mother Yashoda, Krishna saw these two trees, Yamala Arjuna trees. They were twins because they took birth at same time. They both were cursed by Narada Muni, and this entire chapter describes. When Krishna saw the two trees, Krishna has seen these trees before also. So Krishna had already seen these trees. He was playing in the courtyard, he has seen. But today, some acharyas say that because Krishna realized what is bandhan or what is foundation, because he was bound first time. So he realized that these two souls are also bounded and I should relieve them. At one point of time, Krishna was not very happy seeing those trees because of their situation, what they were before. But remembering Narada's blessings, Krishna decided to liberate them. So the 9th chapter, the previous chapter, talks about Krishna's mercy for devotees. Out of his mercy, Krishna agreed, or he allowed Mother Yashoda to bind him. In this chapter, we see mercy of Krishna's devotees on the fallen conditioned souls. So you see, extension. So there's a head office, there's a branch office. Extension of mercy. Krishna gives mercy to devotees, and devotees, they take the mercy and give it to other people. Sansara dhavan naradidha loka tranaya karunya ghana ghanatvam praptasya kalyana gunarnavasya praptasya kalyana. The spiritual master, he receives the mercy from Krishna and he distributes. Anyone who is not distributing the mercy after receiving from Guru and Krishna, he is kripana. He is a miser. If someone gives you prasad, even if it is 1 grain, you should at least find out one person, give him half a grain and eat half a grain. Otherwise, that person is known as Kripana or a miser. If you extend the mercy of Krishna and Guru, which you are receiving, then you get more. Give to get. You give mercy, you get more mercy. So here, this chapter talks about the mercy of Narada Muni. And what kind of mercy? Causeless mercy. So we see this. So Shukadeva Goswami was asked by Parikshit Maharaj, "O great powerful saint, what was the cause of Nal Kuveras and Manigreaves having been cursed by Narada Muni?" First question. What did they do that was so abominable that even Narada, the great sage, became angry at them? So in this verse, Shukadeva Goswami says, Yadrichaya. This word has been used many times, especially related to Narada Muni. Dhruva was going in anger. Yadrichaya, Narada Muni came on his own accord. Mrigari was busy hunting. Yadrichaya, Narada Muni again came. So Narada Muni he just appears and gives mercy. And Srila Prabhupada, being the true follower of Narada Muni, he just goes everywhere and preached. And his followers, they don't ask. Devotees don't take appointments. They don't need appointments. Prabhupada once, he was very heavy. He said, what kind of appointment? Sadhu is allowed to go anywhere and everywhere he wants. So our devotees go, distribute books, distribute holy name, distribute prasadam. Many times we are told not to come, still we go. Why? Yadrichaya. Because Krishna wants. So that is the nature of a person who has compassion in his heart. So they were Shri Bhagavams. Why the word Bhagavan is used? Prabhupada writes, the most powerful. Because Narada Muni, today morning only Prabhupada was telling in his lecture that it is not that a guru is telling, I am Bhagavan. But a disciple should treat him as good as Bhagavan. And then he gives example. I think he was giving lecture in US. And he gives example that in India, we have a viceroy. Viceroy is not the king. But wherever he goes, on behalf of king, he is to be treated like a king. That's why this word is used, Bhagavan, for Narada Muni. It is not the way Bhagavan Shabda or Bhagavan, this word is used for Krishna. It is different. Even in 4th canto, where Daksha Yagya, Shukadeva Goswami uses the word Bhagavan for Lord Shiva also. Because of the same reason. They are so powerful and they are so closely connected to Krishna that they are treated as God. Apashyan Narado Devo Shibano Sambuddhyata. Shibano means their maddened eyes, rolling. So Sadhu gives mercy to different kind of devotees. The devotees, in the previous verse itself it was said that how these two sons of Kuvera were maddened because of Mada. So Kam, Krodh, Lobh, Moh, Mad, Matsar. Moh, Mad, Matsar. Ajamil, he was completely intoxicated by lust. Sadhus came. Again, Yadrichaya. He didn't go. Sadhus came to him and gave the name to his youngest son as Narayana, and he was delivered. Krodh. Then Dhruva was angry. Narada Muni came, delivered him. Then Mrigari we see. Nalkuver Manigriv. So everywhere, even Prachini Barishat, illusion, he was an illusion. He was doing so many karma kandi yagyas, not understanding the purpose of human life. So the mercy of sadhu. And Prabhupada quotes these two beautiful verses. Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Shastra Kaya, Lava Matra, Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Haya. So once, Ambarish Maharaj, you all know Ambarish Maharaj. Ambarish Maharaj's brother, Narad Muni came to preach him. And Ambarish Maharaj said, preach to my brother also. So then Narada was preaching that you should take association of your brother. Do you know? Even if you take Lava Matra Sadhu Sangha, your life is perfect. You should take. So he asked, what happens with this Lava Matra Sangha of a sadhu? So Narad Muni, he could have told answer. But he said, let us go to Lord Shiva and ask. So Ambarish Maharaj, his brother, Narad Muni, all three go to Lord Shiva. And Narad Muni is asking to Lord Shiva that he has a question. What happens when we take little bit of association of a sadhu? What is the result of that? Lord Shiva says, oh, it's a very interesting question. Let us go to Brahma and ask. So then all four of them, they go to Lord Brahma. And Lord Shiva is posing this, question to Brahma, asking that, what is the result of Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha? And Brahma is thinking, it's a very good question. Now everyone, even if you ask any one of us, we can easily give the answer. But here Lord Shiva is not giving, Narada is not giving. Sometime when a sadhu doesn't give answer, that means he wants to exhibit. Practical demonstration. Another reason we are able to give answer because of Prabhupada. Because Prabhupada's books are there, we are able to give answers. Otherwise, how many of us will know this answer? So then Brahma said, let us go to Lord Narayana and ask this question. So Brahma, Shiva, Narada, Ambarish, his brother, 5 of them go to Lord Narayana. Lord Vishnu in Shwetadeep. And then Lord Brahma is asking this question. So Lord heard, smiled. And he replied. He told to Ambarish Maharaj's brother, he said, just because of your, little bit of association with Narada, you are standing in Vaikuntha now. This is the result of Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha. You are standing in Vaikuntha, what else you want? So, Sarva Siddhi Haya, Lavamatra Sadhu Sangha, Sarva Siddhi Haya. And what is that Siddhi? What is that perfection? Krishna Prem, to go back home, to understand our eternal nature and to act on that. Understanding, Aham Brahmasmi, Prabhupada says, many people, for them, Aham Brahmasmi is the last stage. But for devotees, Aham Brahmasmi is the first stage. Dehino asmin yatha dehe, kaumaram yavanam jara tatha dehantara prapti dhira satra namuyati. First instruction Krishna is giving to Arjuna, you are not dehe, you are dehi. You are the soul. Aham Brahmasmi, there is a first stage, and to act on that. That is Sarva Siddhi. Then he says, wherever Narada Muni goes, any moment at which he appears is understood to be extremely auspicious. Any moment, anywhere, in front of anyone he stands, he is delivered. I think, apart from Lord Krishna, in entire Bhagavatam, every canto, Narada Muni comes. Practically every canto. His pastimes are so many, how he delivered different kinds of people. And with all different varieties of preaching styles. That is the sign of a matured preacher. He will give answer according to the needs of the people. Then Prabhupada quotes this Brahmanda Brahmite Kauno Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Prasade Pai Bhakti Lata Beej. Now similar description is there in Chaitanya Charitamrita. When Sanatana Goswami is asking Lord Chaitanya, who am I? Why am I suffering these threefold miseries of material world? Who am I? And why am I suffering? So then Mahaprabhu replies, the Sanatan Shiksha. Very beautiful. Then he says, there are many verses. Let's take few verses. Krishna boli sai jeev anadi bahir mukha ataeva maya tare dehe sansara dukha. Because the jiva has forgotten his relationship with Krishna. Krishna boli jeev anadi bahir mukha. And from time immemorial, we have become bahirmukh. Bahirmukh is, if Krishna is here, I am looking other side. That is bahirmukh. Antarmukh is looking towards Krishna. Because we have become bahirmukh, people they ask, why Krishna has put me in this situation? Krishna has not put us in this situation. Then people ask, what has Krishna done for me? Krishna has spoken Bhagavad Gita for you, which contains all the knowledge. And apart from that, so many other things Krishna has given. Everything Krishna has given. The potency by which you are able to think or you are able to speak this question that what Krishna has done for me, even that potency is coming from Krishna. When Hiranyakashipu asked Prahlad Maharaj that who is giving you this Shakti, energy? And he says, from whom you are receiving, I am also receiving from the same source. Source is same. I am air conditioned, you are heater. That's why you are angry, I am cool. The source is same, electricity. So because of our forgetfulness of Krishna, ateva maya tare dehe sansara dukha. What kind of sansara dukha? Kabu swarge uthaya, kabu narake dubaya. And this it came, Brahmanda Brahmite, same thing. Kabu swarge uthaya. Sometime we go to heavenly planets. Kabu narake dubaya. Sometime we go to hellish planets. Dande jane raja yena nadite chubaya. How we are suffering. You take someone's neck and put inside the water and bring it out. Put inside, bring it out, put it out. That's how we are suffering at every moment. But because of the unlimited causeless mercy of Lord and His devotees, He says, Maya mugdha jivera nahi swatah Krishna jnana jivera kripa kaila Krishna Veda Puranam. Maya mugdha jivera nahi swatah Krishna jnana. Swatah means on its own. Nahi. We will never be able to achieve Krishna Gyan, the knowledge about Krishna on our own. Why? Because Maya Mugdhera Jeev, we are entangled in the three modes of material nature. Then who will deliver us? Jivera Kripaya Kaila Krishna Veda Puran. Here Krishna has sent Veda and Puran for us. So this knowledge has come. Otherwise we will not be able to know. Then in this same Sanatan Shiksha, in another chapter, very beautiful word Chaitanya Mahaprabhu uses for devotees. He says, Kama krodhera dasahaya tara lathi khaya Kama krodhera dasahaya. That we have become the servant of Kama and Krodha. And Tara lathi khaya. And we are getting beaten up by that. Brahmite brahmite yadi sadhu vaidya paya. Brahmite brahmite. Wandering from one planet to another planet. Wandering from one species to another species. From one place to another place. From one consciousness to another consciousness. They are just wandering. Somehow, like he says, Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan. Somehow, yadi, if you come across Sadhu Vaidya. Mahaprabhu is not saying only Sadhu or Bhakta. He is saying Sadhu Vaidya. Vaidya means doctor. A devotee is a doctor. What he does, this entire chapter of Bhagavatam, 10th canto, 10th chapter, talks about how Narada Muni treats the disease of Nalkuver and Manigriv. After the treatment is given, they are kept for quarantine. 100 years of demigods. Such a long quarantine they were kept. They cannot move also. Our quarantine is not like that. Our quarantine, we have to put sometime lock outside. Otherwise, nobody can be restricted, confined. But they were put in these two souls were given the body of trees. So year after year, decade after decade, they were quarantined. That kind of treatment. But that was required so that they are ready to receive the mercy of Lord. So Sadhu Vaidya. And what he does? Tara Upadesha Mantra Pishachi Palaya. Upadesha Mantra. He will give what? He will give Upadesh. So Sadhu, many people like Prabhupada was traveling in train in India. And now also in AC compartment, sometimes you have this HA. So they have this cabin. At that time there were more cabins. And Prabhupada was sitting in one cabin. And outside, 2-3 devotees were guarding the room. So one Indian gentleman, he came to know that one Swamiji is there. So he wanted to enter. And they were not allowing him. They said no. Prabhupada heard something was going on and he said, let him in. Let him come in. And then he was sitting. Prabhupada was sitting on one of the berth and he was sitting on the other side. 2 Prabhupada disciples were sitting with Prabhupada. And this fellow is telling, Swamiji kuch Ashirwad dijiye. So people in India, I don't know when this transformation happened, but now 99% people in India think the sadhu is for Ashirwad. Yes, that is true, but what kind of Ashirwad? हमारे घर में आ जाइए, थोड़ा पैर घुमा के जाइए, हमारे बच्चे के सर के ऊपर हाथ रखिए. Okay, these are all blessings. Agreed. I went to one person and to receive some donation. He said, "Andar aiye, andar." Allah, aur kitna andar aayega? So then he said, "No, when I'm sitting, his cash box is there." He said, "Sit here." I said, "Maybe he will say, ki whatever you want, you take." He said, "No, you should sit here, where I sit, because his cash box is there, so that Lakshmi will come." Oh, I thought he will say that, "Swamiji, kholo aur jitna chahiye leke jao." So people, they want that, you to come and sit there, go around and spread some positive vibrations. That's the Ashirwad. So he said, "Swamiji, give me some Ashirwad." And Prabhupada said, "This is my Ashirwad." He didn't understand. He didn't understand what Ashirwad means. And again he asked. And Prabhupada again said, "This is my Ashirwad. If you want, take it." Then he realized that if you want real Ashirwad of Swamiji, then 2 things will happen. External transformation. Internal will happen, external manifestation will be change of hairstyle and change of dressing style. So then he realized that. He said, no, I don't want this kind of Ashirvad. He folded hand and left. And Prabhupada said, this is, in India, this is the problem. They think sadhu is Ashirvad Baba. They are there to give you Ashirvad. What kind of Ashirvad? Here it is said, Tara Upadesha Mantre Pishachi Pelaya. Because this kind of Ashirvad may help in long run. ठीक है, दर्शन पवित्र करे तुम्हारा गुण. Okay. Whoever has taken darshan of Prabhupada, Prabhupada was like traveling all over 6 continents. So whoever has taken darshan, they got delivered. They will be given an opportunity to become devotees, to come in contact with devotees, because they had darshan of Srila Prabhupada. But that's not sufficient. Darshan means to hear from sadhu. Mantra upadesh. So then, here when Nalakuver and Manigriv, they were so much intoxicated. When Narada Muni cursed, they came to senses. And then Narada Muni speaks beautiful verses. Yeah? Very philosophical, amazing verses that how a person gets entangled and why the punishment is required. Because when disease is there, you need to give treatment. And treatment sometimes is painful. Anyways, we are talking about the causeless mercy of a sadhu, which has no cause. And that's why Shukadeva Goswami uses this word, yadrichaya, on his own accord. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, yadrichaya labha santushto. Whatever labha or gain or profit comes on its own accord, you be satisfied with that. So on its own accord, Narada Muni has reached there. And similarly we see Srila Prabhupada. He went to America. When it is said on its own accord, that means these pure devotees, the acharyas, are guided by Krishna. Brahmanda Brahmite Kono Bhagyavan Jeev Guru Krishna Pasadeba. In this he says, by mercy of both, so when a jiva is looking to come out of this entanglement, then Krishna sends a guru to him. And Chaitanya Charitamrita mentions the first installment of mercy of Krishna is that you get association of bona fide spiritual master. This is the first installment. So by mercy of Krishna you get Guru, by mercy of Guru you get Krishna. And by mercy of both you get Bhakti Lata Beach. So Prabhupada also, guided by Acharyas and Lord, he reached America. Yadrichaya. And then he traveled all over the world, delivering people. So now, someone asked Prabhupada, so that Prabhupada, you will leave us. Then what will happen? And then Prabhupada said, I will never leave. I will never die till the time book distribution is going on. So it's such auspicious and amazing mercy of Prabhupada we are getting. By distributing books, others, whatever is happening, that will happen. They are receiving mercy. No doubt they will get transformed. But by distributing, we are getting mercy. Sometimes we think that by distributing, others are getting mercy. Yes, that's true. But for a preacher, the consciousness should be, by distributing this book, to this conditioned soul, I am receiving Prabhupada's blessings and mercy. Because Krishna and all the Acharyas and Prabhupada, they want to spread this mercy all over the universe. And we are their extended arms. When Lord Chaitanya was preaching, he preached some places in North India, Bengal, Odisha and South India. So then someone asked Prabhupada that why did not Chaitanya Mahaprabhu preach all over the world, even though he is Lord Krishna himself? And Prabhupada said, because Mahaprabhu left this world for me. All the acharyas came. Prabhupada was the first acharya to actually cross the ocean and preach this Krishna consciousness all over the world. So then, can they not preach without our help? They can. Just to give us mercy, just to become, so that we can become purified, they are giving us this opportunity. So when we are distributing books, we are receiving mercy of Srila Prabhupada. Why? Because he is happy. And why is he happy? Because he is seeing that how other conditioned souls are getting connected to Krishna. So book distribution becomes so important for us. As Narada Muni has reached on its own accord to deliver these two brothers, same thing. I was giving example yesterday. Nowadays, Corona ka bhi ho gaya. Abhi now COVID vaccine. Now people are not talking about Corona, they're talking about vaccine more. And the biggest concern for the governments all over the world is how to transport the vaccine. Because vaccine is being manufactured in the factory under certain temperature. I think minus 20 degree that needs temperature. Now the same temperature has to be maintained. Suppose the factory is in Bombay and that has to reach all over India, interiors. So then they are planning to install so many cold storages. Even flights, trains, buses, everything is becoming like cold storage so that they can transport. Because any change in temperature, that vaccine will lose the effectiveness. So the patient, or not only the patient, everyone should get the vaccine as it was manufactured. It was manufactured. Same temperature has to maintain, same quality has to be maintained. Then it will be effective. Now people say that Krishna is not physically present, personally present, as it was in the case of Arjuna. How can I become delivered? How can I be delivered? So with this example we can understand the message which Krishna gave. Exactly same message without any addition or subtraction is coming down from parampara. Very protectively they have kept. And Prabhupada translated, keeping same quality, same consciousness, everything same, translated that message into books. Now someone will say, now someone may ask that you people are all ISKCON devotees, so you are saying Prabhupada's Gita is best. You see the result? Phalena parichet. Because after reading Prabhupada's books, so many hundreds and thousands and millions of people are becoming devotees. That means it has not lost, this message has not lost the quality. There is no dilution in the quality what Krishna spoke. Otherwise this vaccine will not be effective. So that is why these Prabhupada books contains same message, same consciousness. So when we read Bhagavad Gita, when we read Bhagavatam, Krishna is actually speaking to us. What Arjuna received? Krishna's words. What we are receiving? Krishna's words plus Acharya's explanation. Extra mercy. हमारा बीमारी ज़्यादा है ना. Our disease is deep. So we are getting Krishna's words also. When you read Bhagavad Gita verses, Krishna is speaking to us. When we read the translation and purport, Acharyas are speaking to us. And the quality is being kept intact. So that is why it is very important for all of us to distribute this mercy. So when we are distributing Bhagavad Gita, we are not just distributing, some agarbatti or some soap or some biscuits, some product. Actually, we are giving them Krishna. How careful we should be. And we should never think that, so someone will buy, someone will not buy. It happened with Mahaprabhu also. It happened with Nityanand Prabhu also. Jagai Madhai, they didn't buy. But he was, Nityanand Prabhu was extra merciful. Mahaprabhu was asked that, because when he went to a South India tour, so Mahaprabhu used to go to one village. And outside village, he will just do Sankirtan. People would come, take part in Sankirtan, then he would preach. If they would not come, Mahaprabhu said, I used to go to other village. Nahi sunte chale jao. At least in India, you have 1.3 billion people. We have not distributed so many Bhagavad Gitas. Some products are raw, let them become ripe. There are already ripe products, you give them mercy. There are people who are looking for Krishna. Nalkuver Manigiri, externally they are not looking for Krishna, but Narada gave them mercy. So people are looking out for Krishna, we have to reach. When one devotee asked Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur that so many people are suffering in this world, Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Thakur said, because Vaishnavas are not sufficiently preaching, that is why they are suffering. It is our mistake. We are lacking. It's from our side. We don't just say that, oh, these people are suffering, let them suffer. No, where is the compassion then? Para dukha dukhi. Vaishnava is para dukha dukhi. Narada Muni, it's not that he was angry and he cursed. No, he felt so much compassion in his heart. So if we have compassion, and then we distribute Bhagavad Gita, it will be so much more effective. And from where that compassion will come? That compassion will come by our own sadhana. When our heart is purified, that compassion quality is already there, then we can extend. By realizing in our own life how we have received compassion from so many devotees, from so many acharyas, from Guru, from Krishna, we have received their mercy. When we realize, Prabhupada writes in the section regarding, in the 6th canto by Ajamil, that Ajamil regretted. He repented. So Prabhupada said, we should also think, before coming to Krishna consciousness, what a hellish life I was living. Now someone will say, no, I was happy. You just imagine without Krishna consciousness, in which direction your life was going. If your life was already not hellish, that means you are saved before going to hell. Someone will say, Prabhuji, I just entered first year college. And before I could do anything, these Hare Krishnas, they just, came all around me. So you are very fortunate they came. Otherwise, you see what is happening with your colleagues. Then you realize. So realizing that how we have received mercy and our own sadhana, we will develop that compassion. And with that compassion, we have to give Bhagavad Gita in the same mood, following the same mood of Narada Muni, our parampara. Just preach and give to others. What will happen to you, that is Krishna's business. Trust me, it has worked with so many devotees. The moment you start thinking about others, that means you start thinking about mission of Krishna and Prabhupada, and reduce gradually thinking about yourself, you will become more and more happy and satisfied. This is guaranteed. This is science. It is science. It has worked everywhere. It will work now also. Stop thinking about your own self and start thinking about Krishna's mission, how to spread this mission, and you will see that Krishna will personally take care. Let us take some, I'll take this example and we'll close. Any example you take. We have one devotee called Prana Bandhu Prabhu. Yesterday he came. Maharaj preached him 20 years back. He's big engineer in Navy, merchant Navy. He was just came here, he just came for taking darshan or something. Maharaj told him, take prasad. And Maharaj, once he gave him prasadam and now he's initiated, wife is initiated, daughter is about to get initiated. 20 years. See, these are sadhus. They'll give you prasad and they'll transform your heart. So Maharaj gave him prasad. So now that devotee got stuck in China. He was in the ship. He got stuck. Ships are not moving anywhere. China government is not allowing them to, unload their material. They cannot move because there is so much of material they have brought on the order. Whatever complexities, the world is always complex. Now Prana Bandhu Prabhu, he started, getting pain in the lower abdomen. And after 6 days, nobody is taking care of him. After 6 days, the company people are trying. Finally, Chinese government agreed to take him to first test for corona, then 24 hours wait, then go to hospital, then found out his appendicitis was ruptured, which can actually lead to death. And when Mataji called me, because somehow they came to know that I have some devotees who are known to me in China, and then I thought maybe he'll just lose. But everything was taken care. He was admitted to hospital where he cannot speak Chinese, and the Chinese people, they don't speak any other language. Don't know what to do. Finally, we contacted someone in China. There was a video conference call, and his, Mataji was satisfied at least because what she can do. At one point of time, company people were trying, but they were also not much interested. They were even company was telling that you board, they were telling Prana Bandhu Prabhu, you board the ship and we'll go to Singapore. He will die. Let him die. That was the situation. So materially people take care, but how Krishna took care, see. When he reached, in entire China there is only one temple. Beijing is being closed by government. It's a small town, port town, towards westernest, to the most western point of China. A small port city. In that, his ship was stuck. And he was admitted there. He got prasad. He was not eating anything what Chinese people were giving. Thinking that and he was like semi-conscious. And when he got prasad, he ate. And when he was completely, not completely unconscious, but very little consciousness he had, he was chanting holy name. He was chanting name of Lord Gauranga, he was chanting name of Prabhupada. How it was coming out. And then finally some devotees came, gave him prasadam, and then so many complexities. Finally, His Holiness Gopal Krishna Goswami Maharaj got involved. He called some ministers in Delhi, they got him visa, and then finally he came here. So when he was in the hospital, now he's feeling better, he had some pictures. Lord Nrsimhadev, Radha Madhav, Radha Rasa Bihari. He is very much attached to Mayapur. So then the nurse, now she is Chinese. He does not know Chinese. They cannot, even talk to each other, but somewhat little. So she saw Narsingadev picture. And she is asking, who is he? Very beautiful. I mean, someone telling Lord Narsingadev, very beautiful, he has to be a devotee. Every devotee says, oh, Lord Narsingadev is so cute. But look at people who are demoniac in nature. Lord Narsingadev is Ugra. And she is saying, who is he? Your father? He said, yes, my father. Your father also. Pranabandhu Prabhu was preaching to her. And then he showed Radha Rasa Bihari. Who are they? Your parents? Yes, and your parents also. Then he gave him the picture. So, I'm saying in material world also we see even company is taking care, government is taking care. Why Krishna will not take care? And there is a solid example how Krishna is taking care of devotees. In that kind of situation, and I said, प्रभु जी पूरे दुनिया में एक ही देश मिला था आपको फंसने के लिए, वहीं बीमार पड़ना था आपको. All other country you can communicate so many things, and of all the countries in the world he got China. What can he do? Whatever happened, yadrichaya, he cannot do anything. But the city in which he got stuck, there's the only city where ISKCON has temple. It's not official temple, but there are devotees, there's a center. Worship of deity is going on. And he was saying how Krishna is protecting. He said, I never felt that I'm away from Mayapur. Who gave him that consciousness? He's feeling that I'm in Mayapur. Because deities are there. He's feeling that I'm not away from ISKCON, not away from temple. So that consciousness who gave? So one devotee asked, there's one congregation devotee and their daughter, 12 years old, she met an accident. So mother is initiated devotee, is asking that why Krishna is not protecting? But this body has to come and go. But what Krishna protects is the consciousness. And how we can see in this case, Krishna protected consciousness of Pranabandhu Prabhu. Anything can happen. Today or tomorrow everyone has to see death. Janma, Mrityu, Jara, Vyadhi, Dukkha, Dosha, Anu Darshanam. Everyone has to take darshan of these four. But what is important is what is my consciousness. Yam yam vapi, what is that? Smaranam bhavam, tyajante ante kalevaram, tam tam eveti kaunteya sadatat bhava bhavitaha. Bhava is consciousness. In what consciousness you are in. That is more important than the external things. So Krishna protects. So why will Krishna not protect the preachers who are most dear to him? Krishna is telling in Bhagavad Gita, they are most dear servants of mine. Krishna will protect. But protection means what? You will not be abused. You will not be harassed by public. You will not be beaten by public. Everyone you should approach and they should buy 10,000 Gitas. No, that's not protection. Real protection is when you get failure and you take shelter of Krishna and Prabhupada. And that protection will come when you will take mission seriously and extend mercy of Lord Krishna to everyone in the world. Like Narada Muni is doing, like Prabhupada did. Okay? So we see how Narada came on its own accord, and then finally we'll see how these two brothers are delivered. And as Narada came and preached, apparently he cursed, but that was his blessing. So we should also, we don't have to curse, we have to just preach people and give them this message of Bhagavad Gita. So many devotees all over the world, you can ask how they became devotees. Most of them have become devotees by reading Prabhupada books. And others who came to Krishna consciousness through other means, they became pakka, fixed up by reading Prabhupada books. So only hope for all of us is to understand and get absorbed in Prabhupada books. Mahavishnu Maharaj, His Holiness Mahavishnu Maharaj used to say, get married to Srimad Bhagavatam. Bhagavatam is Krishna and we are Prakriti. He used to say, get married to Srimad Bhagavatam. That means get absorbed completely into Bhagavatam. When you are absorbed, you can give. So please distribute books. And yesterday was Gita Jayanti. But that does not mean that, Gita Jayanti is one day, so we distribute books with full enthusiasm, and other day not. Maharaj always says that we are doing marathon for 1 month. In Russia, they do 2 marathons. But Maya is doing marathon for all throughout the year. So we have to protect. We have to protect ourselves by getting engaged into service and sadhana, and we have to protect others by giving them transcendental knowledge. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki. It's late, so anyone has any question, we can discuss personally.